Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm gonna rant about, well, lack of understanding of biology, or, as we all like to call it, the science deniers. Either way, here we go, from TMZ. As you can see, they lean left, albeit I would have used the same qualifications Ground News uses, sorry, to classify right-wing news, where they label them all as right, instead of leans right, like they do here, lean left. I'll classify TMZ as left, but still. Anyway, as you can see, TMZ Sports, TMZ. Transgender weightlifter to compete in games on New Zealand women's team. Well, here is the issue, and I have been saying every single video where I cover this. Yes, it's pretty simple. When you transition, that doesn't mean you lose your male advantages for complete or completely. You still hold the advantage. You still are superior physically over a woman in many situations. Yeah, the only situation where I see this, in which you could probably get away with it, is if you transition very early, you didn't went through puberty and things like that. The only reason, and even then, in that situation, it's another topic for another video, because I'm a bit unsure in my position with hormone blockers. I'm not quite convinced they are good, especially in long term. Either way, back to the subject. If you transition later, you still have gone through puberty. That means you have longer bones, you have more muscles, despite them being in a weakened state because they do not receive the testosterone, but still, you still have them. You still have extra... sorry, there's an allergy attack. Anyway, you still have connection with muscles. For instance, here, like I always show, I think it's visible. Well, let's see. No, I think it is a bit. As you can see here, there's right around here, you can see kind of a hook under the jaws. For males, that's a connection to muscles. And that means that women don't have that hook. They also don't have a hook right behind their skull, right here, in which it's connecting another muscle. These are just examples of easily identifiable in your own body that you can do it yourself without having to dissect yourself to actually see the muscles. These are just simple examples. Anyway, where was I? Oh, right. Those muscles, for instance, in this case, in the face, we used it because we used our mouths as a third hand. When we were hunting, we were creating crafting tools and things like that. These were all pretty much the standard, and we evolved to actually use those things with our mouth. Meanwhile, the women itself wouldn't use any of those things, so they didn't develop those adaptations to our skulls and things like that. For instance, we have here to show masculinity and other things, wider jaws, and not only for reproduction purposes, but for biological advantages in hunting, crafting, etc. We still have differences in the pelvis area. For instance, the women are wider, that's why they have that pear shape and things like that. That's for baby carrying and baby bearing systems. Males do not. It's how it is. I am sorry, but that's biology. And for instance, in this case here, you can see that the weightlifter here transitioned much later, and she, despite, all intents and purposes, being still looking like a woman, albeit you need to shave your armpits, but you're still not 100% within what a normal woman would have in testosterone production. She still has the muscles that as a male she benefited from when going through puberty. We can see how easily she won on the Asian thingy. I forgot. I don't know if it's... no. Let's go to Blaze. I think they mentioned it here. I think, unless I'm misremembering it. Anyway, transgender weightlifter Laurel Hubbard will be the first transgender athlete to compete in the Olympics after New Zealand selected the athlete to compete in Tokyo Games, Reuters reported on Monday. This is, once again, Blaze. Trans weightlifter officially headed to Olympics to compete in women's events. In the statement, the country's Olympic Committee CEO acknowledged that gender identity in the professional sports is a highly sensitive and complex issue. Hubbard will be the oldest lifter in July's forthcoming Tokyo Games at the age of 43, transitioning in 2013, previously participated in men's weightlifter competitions. As you can see here, she's much older. If she was competing against males, her chances of winning were very diminished, but since she's competing within the women's sport, her chances of winning is astonishingly high. Obviously, there is still a chance that she may not win, she may not get third place, or things like that, but the chances of her winning are very, very, very high due to the biological advantages that she has over the other women. Anyway, where was I? Showed that testosterone. The International Committee determined that Hubbard became eligible to compete in the games in 2015 after showing a testosterone level below 10 nanomoles per liter for at least 12 months leading to competition. That doesn't mean God damn it, stupid mouse. I'm gonna have to buy a new one. Anyway, that doesn't mean, for instance, most women go way, way, way lower than 10 nanomoles. That doesn't mean that Hubbard was getting less than that. She could be just at the limit to qualify. And that limit, especially on the muscles that grew up and went through puberty as male, will benefit from. Anyway, in the Monday statement, before I go, that doesn't mean, I'm not implying anything here, not saying anything, I'm just saying that there could, or maybe, allegedly, anyway, in the Monday statement, Hubbard said, I'm grateful and humbled by the, no, I need to do a proper voice for Hubbard. I'm grateful and humbled by the kindness and support that has been given to me by so many New Zealanders. Let's see. New Zealand Olympic Committee Karen Smith added that Hubbard has the support of the committee. We acknowledge that gender identity in sports is highly sensitive and complex issues requiring a balance between human rights and fairness on the field of play. See? As the New Zealand team, we have a strong culture of inclusion and respect for all. Hashtag. New Zealand government will voice its support for Hubbard. Let's see. Spokesperson to Save Women's Sports Australasia said that the board should never have included Hubbard in the games. I agree, it should not and should never have done so. But I come to the conclusion, and I've come to understand it, and I think this is a good idea. Why? No, hear me out. It's accelerationism. That means instead of spending years upon years of suffering and telling these people, this is wrong, you shouldn't be doing this, why not go and show it to all the public to see? Right in front of them, shoving it, smearing it on their face like that, and telling them, look what you advocated for. This is not good, this is bad, this is very, very bad. You shouldn't be advocating for this. Look at the results of what you advocated for. Look at that. And you can do it. And it would probably even help even more accelerate and say, and the normies will then see what is going on, and they say, maybe this is not a good idea. Exactly. Kind of like when you have disabled part of the Olympics, the Special Olympics and things like that. Maybe that would be a good thing. And do so for the transgenders in the Transgender Olympics or something like that. I don't know. It would definitely give a better chance to many other transgender people around. Instead of, for instance, they wouldn't be able to qualify normally, either for male or female. Now they will have a chance. I don't know how you would fix it, but definitely doing this, it's definitely not the answer. Anyway, let's go. It is a flawed policy from the IOC that has allowed the selection of a 43-year-old biological male who identifies as a woman to compete in the female category. The group said in a statement obtained by Reuters. In May, Belgian weightlifter Anna van Bellingen said that the decision to include Hubbard is like a bad joke. 100% agree with her. First off, I'd like to stress that I fully support the transgender community and that what I'm about to say doesn't come from a place of rejection of these athletes' identity, she said at the time. She added that anyone that has trained weightlifting at the high level knows this is to be true. In their bones, this particular situation is unfair to the sports and to the athletes. Exactly. But unfortunately, maybe accelerationism is the answer to this, as in, like I said, the more the normies get exposed to this level of craziness, there's a chance that they will stand with us and with everyone who is logical and supports science, that this is really a bad idea. Remember, accelerationism, sometimes it works. Let's see if it will work this time. Anyway, if you like this type of content, stay right here on youtube.com/Dr. Or if you like more spicy content, head to bitchute.com/Dr. Jester or minds.com/Dr. Jester for that spicy and exclusive content. Anyway, I think that's about it. So, thank you for watching. Have a great fucking night.